Hey everybody, it's time to make a hammock camping bracelet. Just like this one right here. So you need about 24 inches of your spliceable AM steel, like this. And you're just going to make one of these real quick. So take 5 inches at one end. Let's see here. So there's 5 inches. And then fold it over like that. Okay, and then you're just going to make a loop at 3 inches. So you can fold this right here, and we're going to start at 3 inches. We'll start our work on the long piece right here and do a locked Brummel splice. So we're just copying this little piece right here. Let's do our locked Brummel splice. Okay. Now we pull the long piece through the short piece. Now the berry length and everything, that's not super important for this. We just want to do a locked Brummel to create a loop that our fingers can fit in, like 2 or 3 of our fingers, so we can pull on it like that. So now we create the Brummel, and then let's bury this piece inside of this piece right here. Okay. So this rope I'm working with right now is yarn dyed. So the color does not rub off on other materials, which is going to be good for this if we wear it as a bracelet, because the color won't rub off on our skin. So now we've got the loop. Now let's grab like 6 inches on the end and do a tail splice. So I've got 6 inches right here, and then I'm folding it, and then I'm going to bury that 6 inches inside of itself. So you better get a longer splicing tool right here. In the description is the link on how I make these splicing tools. So I'm going to enter the braid and go all the way up to our fold at 6 inches. Right there. And then grab that 6-inch piece and pull the rope inside of itself. Going to be careful not to pull the loop all the way in. Just going to go until the loop is right almost about to fall in. And then I can pull the outer braid over it. Okay. So now we have our bracelet. So here's how you wear it. You flip a lark's head into one end. Okay, like that. And then you put it over your wrist. You just take the lark's head and use the lark's head to capture that free piece. That's how you wear this as a bracelet. This is a little bit of tongue-in-cheek in case you haven't realized yet, because you can actually wear it on your backpack this way. But as a bracelet, you'll notice this has a safety. If I snag myself on a tree branch or something, this isn't going to suspend me by my hand. Eventually this piece will pull out, but it will try to stay in there because the snugness of the lark's head does try to capture it. Okay, now here is how this is going to help you with your hammock suspension. Right, so you're out camping, hammock camping with your buddy, and he's got a whoopee sling, and maybe he watched a previous video about how to do this without any tools, but his whoopee sling is adjusted really short, so he doesn't have that piece to come up here and do what I'm talking about. In the description will be the link. But he's got a continuous loop on his hammock, right? And he's got a whoopee sling, and he needs to connect it together. So you just come up with your bracelet. Just say like, hey, I got a little bracelet for you. So you take your bracelet and you fold the thick part, or that thick part that you spliced, and you fold it like this. You know, so it's double thick. Then you grab your continuous loop right here. Flip a lark's head into your continuous loop. Take your friend's whoopee sling, put it in the continuous loop, and then you can be like, yo, here's a bracelet for you. Put the bite of the bracelet in there. Boom, you're instantly connected. And you got a pull handle right here to make everything come apart easily. And as you're suspended like this on your 30 degree or so angle, you got a water break. So water wants to go the easiest route to the ground. That's one of the reasons we use a carabiner in here too, to give it a water break. But now the water is going to go down this one or this one because it's an easier route to the ground. So the water can be trapped by this little bracelet, quote unquote, that you have. And when it's time to take it apart, you got your pull handle. You got 4 strands right here. So previously I showed you how to do this with the little tail. And I know some people might not like that. Like, oh, that's only 2 strands. I don't trust that as a soft shackle. So now you've got 4 strands in here. You've got basically a built-in removable soft shackle. Then you can pull this out. And you can store it, like if you want to, you can just store this on your webbing or on your whoopee sling or wherever else. Like if you don't want to get rid of your carabiner or you want to use a soft shackle, but you still want to have this, this only weighs just like a few grams. This only weighs like about as much as one of my fast shackles. And you can even do this with down to about 12 inches of rope. So you can get down to like about 10 grams for one of these things. And so anyways, it can just hang out here and be a water break, even if you're not using that soft shackle part. And it can also be a water break here. So you've stored it up here with the lark's head, but you can also do the little trick I showed you earlier with the remaining part. So check it out. We're going to throw the lark's head into our continuous loop, slide the whoopee sling loop through, and then you can just take this extra piece, bend it over, get it extra thick, put it into that splice loop, close everything up. And see, now you've got water break here, water's going to go down, and then you got a backup water break here, and you also have, check it out, you still have your pull handle, because once that lark's head slides down there, now when you pull on it, you're going to have a pull handle to pull that out. Another thing you can do if you want is put the lark's head into one of your splice loops like this, and then just put that big folded part in there. And this can be kind of like a quick release. If you want it to be more of a quick release, this wouldn't be lark's headed here, but you basically have a built-in knot now. So you see, I could throw the whoopee sling over that, and this is going to lock in like an Evo loop or like a universal loop. Let me take this apart really quick and show you with this lark's head off of here. So what you could do with your length of rope, your bracelet, is take it, double it over on the thick part, and you can do this on the whoopee sling or on the continuous loop. Let's do it on the whoopee sling. Throw a lark's head into your whoopee sling like this. Put the thick part in there. Okay. And now, instead of like I showed you earlier, now instead of it being locked, now it's a quick release. Basically, you've created a button knot right there. So you can throw this over here, let that strand kind of come out, let that loop close up. And as you can see, you have a quick release. So right now, if you wanted to adjust your whoopee sling or adjust your hammock, you don't need to pull that apart. What you can do is come up, take your loop off, come back up, put your loop on, just make sure that it closes up around the knot, boom, and you're connected. So it gives you a true quick release where you don't even have to pull this out. You can also just have it on, off, like a carabiner. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.